Welcome back to another episode of Cast Iron Babe. I'm Julianne, and today we're going to learn how to season cast iron. But before we go there, I want to start out by saying that Cast Iron Babe supports No Kid Hungry, which is an organization that gives kids who don't have enough food something to eat. And they've even created mobile programs to be able to feed kids during the summer as well as the school year. So No Kid Hungry, check it out. So now we're going to talk about seasoning cast iron. This has been one that has been requested by a number of people. There are probably thousands of videos out there about how to season cast iron the right way. And I'm just going to share with you what I do, what works for me, and hopefully you will learn something from it. Our first step in successfully seasoning our cast iron is actually to wash it. And yes, you can use soap, but before you do any kind of dishwashing, you have to put on your magic gloves. Just makes doing the dishes so much more fun. And it's kind of retro. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we are going to wash our cast iron. I'm just gonna use a little bit of dish soap and just a little bit of hot water. And I'm using a scrubber. It's a scrubber. And this is about all I ever need in order to get anything off that I need to. So you just scrub it. I hear there's a lot of times that people will say you're not supposed to use soap on cast iron, and I want to really speak to that. That really came about because people were using lye soap to clean their cast iron, and actually that is something that strips it. So we have much more gentle soaps now, so we can use soap. So once we've washed it, you want to make sure you've washed it thoroughly. Then we're going to move on over here and we're going to dry it with paper towels. And you want to get all of the water off, like all of it. So make sure it's completely dry. The handle, the sides, it's not just the inside of the pan. Okay. And then once that is completely dry, our oven is already set to 500 degrees. And I'm gonna be using olive oil. There's lots of different schools of thought, but olive oil is the healthiest. And so that's why I like to use olive oil. And I actually just have a little rag that I use when I oil my pans. It's like my little kit here. And you just wanna get oil really spread thin. You don't want to overdo it. Now we're going to go back over and we're going to wipe off the excess oil when I'm done with this first coat, because we just don't want too much oil, because then it gets kind of gummy and sticky. Okay, so once that is completely been oiled up, I'm going to take my paper towel again, and I'm gonna wipe off any of the excess. And you know, I'll tell you, I actually really enjoy caring for my cast iron. It's not something that I think of as like a chore. It's something that is going to be carried down from generation to generation. So I actually really love babying these. Once I have washed it and dried it thoroughly and then oiled it, now I'm going to put it in the oven for an hour at, you can go between 475 and 500 degrees. And I've got a cookie sheet under it so that if there's any dripping, which there shouldn't be, but if there's any dripping, it will catch and it won't ruin your oven. The other thing too that I want to just explain is that sometimes there's a little bit of a smell that comes from it. So you're gonna wanna open up your windows. Another option is that you could actually just do it on your barbecue. You just set it to 475, 500, again for about an hour, and you have your perfectly seasoned skillet. But now it's time for me to put mine in the oven. Okay, so it's been an hour now and we've taken the pan out and we've cooled it just a little, okay? Because I don't want to be doing this while it's super hot. But again, I'm going to oil it again. I'm going to oil it again. Just on the inside while it's still just a little bit warm. Okay. And then I'm going to do another paper towel just to get all of the excess off. So now it's seasoned and it is ready to cook something delectable. So I'm thinking maybe some fillets, maybe some salmon. But the beauty is that when I care for my cast iron, it cares for me as well. So check in the comments. Let me know how it went. Make sure and like and subscribe and come back because you are not going to want to miss our upcoming episodes of Cast Iron Babe. Take good care of you. Remember, it's all about feed the people and nourish yourself. Take good care. Bye-bye.